explain that. Do the water thing.
Wait, actually, I don't know much about it.
You don't need to say much
Just-
about it.
just
okay,
say the
just start it
water.
off. And,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The water's turning us gay.
Agreed.
That's
Like all water?
I would say specifically plastic water bottles.
The water
The
bottle.
sun melts that plastic.
They got a
and
little
inside the
bit-
plastic, they have like this gay, like it's like it was like
Rainbow.
manufactured in like a laboratory. No, I'm just kidding.
Really? So they got this like rainbow stuff in the water
Yeah.
plastic.
So when it melts, it turns like it's like a rainbow then,
Oh,
Really?
there
And
we
then
go.
it turns you
Like
into a
oil?
rainbow.
like oil. Yeah.
I do have a theory about water, though.
Yeah.
They had us drink water. They want us to drink 8 cups of water a day. And they started recommending that whenever they started putting fluoride in the water, which is actually bad for your brain. And that's why they also put it in the toothpaste.
Yeah, I actually believe
Okay,
that.
Fluoride
okay.
toothpaste.
Well, that makes sense. There's been a spike of gays in the last few years. It's probably because ever since they started recommending 8 cups of water.
Yeah,
I bet.
exactly. Say that.
I bet it was around the same time.
Wait, we should look up. Wait,
I don't
Carter.
think
So it's fluoride. So
I
the
gotta fact check
fluoride
this.
makes you.
I don't think that's related.
Well, okay, it is
dumber
interesting,
people
though.
The fluoride stuff makes sense though, and that would explain why
Yeah.
so many dentists are fruity.
Oh,
Oh.
that's why they have fruity toothpaste flavors.
No, that's just because dentists are gay doctors. I mean, that's just
Well, it's
Well,
because
not all of them, just most of them.
yeah.
yeah.
No, we support all dentists. We support whatever.
When did they start putting fluoride in the
Yeah.
water, Carter? Or Bert?
Wait, you're saying in the water itself or in the bottles?
They started putting it in like city water.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
oh,
why.
I thought you meant plastic bottles.
No, that we were just joking about
No.
that.
Oh, okay.
They actually do put fluoride in water. Now, as far as what water it goes into, I don't know if it's like the city water or if it's.
Oh wait, no. Okay, 1945 is when they started putting. So World War II.
Yeah, I think that's about the time they also started recommending 8 cups a day of water.
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
about the time the
Well-
graph starts doing this on the gay chart.
No, it's not. It's not. That's not related.
Okay, I don't know my history on that for sure. I could be wrong.
No, I'm with you on the fluoride water thing. Like my family has a alkaline water filter, so like we take all the stuff, all the crap out. But I don't think it makes you gay. But it is terrible for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. My grandpa uses Kangen water.
Oh, yeah, we did that too.
Carter
Yeah.
search does get to.
Does water make you gay?
Dude, gay people drink more water than straight people.
Wait, okay, this episode's gonna be very
Because-
controversial.
Straight
It's
people
not gonna be
We're gonna
good.
start off by saying all of us are hetero.
Straight people
Wait, no,
drink
that's worse.
beer.
So that's right.
What? No, that's right.
Wait,
That's
what
right.
we're
does that
not-
mean?
That
That's
means
straight?
you like
Oh, okay.
That means you're
woman.
Okay, that's better. Okay. No, wait,
Oh
I
my
knew what that meant.
goodness.
I knew what that meant.
Jamin goes, I am not heterosexual.
Jamin is
Oh, boy.
And Seth is not cutting that out either. That's on the internet if you say that.
Oh boy.
Jamin just exposed himself.
Let's
Yeah,
cut that.
All right. So this episode we're doing. Well, I guess should we introduce everybody? So it's Ike and I are holding down the fort. We're the regulars. Then Brett is back and Jamin is back. So
Yes, sir.
yep, I don't know if we've had this combination before, but both of you have been on the podcast
Yeah.
before.
Yep.
Should we address the tinfoil in the room?
The tinfoil in the room. Should we?
No. These
White
are
elephant?
these are specially engineered space grade alien cosmetable head armor gear.
They,
Correct.
It's so the radio waves don't affect us, so that mind control doesn't work.
they
Exactly.
block certain
These
frequencies.
Bluetooth waves.
I actually have felt smarter since I put this on. I think it's blocking out, the
Outside noise.
the outside the chemtrails contamination that's seeping into our brains by the minute.
They can no longer use their cell phone towers to control us.
Yes.
Also, if you drink bottled water while you're wearing this, it doesn't make you gay. It's only without the hat.
Yeah.
Little quick fact right there.
Jamin puts on the hat every time he drinks water. That's crazy. It
Bro,
cancels,
just at work, just with a tinfoil hat on.
the
Drinking
tinfoil
water.
cancels the fluoride.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this episode we're discussing wild conspiracy theories. So this is the first of 2-parters. The second episode we'll be discussing more based theories. This episode's going to be a little bit more fun, a little bit more out there. But regardless, it's going to be a very good listen. So yep.
Stay tuned, follow, subscribe, and share with your best friend. Because your best friend needs to hear this.
I would second that.
As your best friend, I agree. So, for this first segment, each one of us has brought a conspiracy theory to the table. And we're going to go around the circle and we're going to present our theory. Then we're going to discuss the theory and react to it. And then we're going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, like how much we believe this theory. Like, rate it on the believability scale. So, does anybody want to start?
Are we going in order from what you put down on the board, or just
No, this is the one you brought.
I mean, we're not doing the one we brought.
Yeah, we are. That's what we're doing,
right now.
Sorry, dude. These actually might not be helping.
It's actually-
It might be blocking out like any stupidity too. So like all you guys is just like, I can't hear you anymore.
all right, Hudson? How about you
Okay.
start?
Yeah, I'll start. I'll
Yeah,
start.
let's do that.
All right. So, I used to, I still really enjoy conspiracy theories and learning about them. But I used to be like really into it. But one of the theories that I would not even listen to, like I consider myself an open-minded person, but this theory, anybody who believed it, I just like looked down on them or like did not give them any credibility at all, or just did not respect them, until I actually sat down to look at it. So the theory is flat Earth. Yeah.
So you are let's slow down a little bit here. You are arguing in this scenario for flat Earth.
No, I'm just gonna lay it out there and see what you think. All right.
Okay.
So flat earthers, there's a lot of misconceptions about them. They don't believe that the Earth is flat and like at the edges, like water's just falling into an endless void. No, they believe that the Earth is a disc. So I mean, it's flat, yeah, but it's circular, and on all sides of this disc are giant ice walls. So I mean it's basically Antarctica. And then over this disc, there's like a dome, like a glass dome. So think like a snow globe. That's what flat earthers believe. And so that dome is referred to in the Bible as the firmament, or in the scientific community, it's called the Van Allen radiation belt. So flat earthers would believe that we have never been to space, that we cannot get to space, and so like they don't believe in the moon landing or any
You said they don't
space
believe
exploration.
in space in general, or they
No, they don't believe we can access space because we can't get outside of the dome.
So supposedly, and I don't know if you believe this, supposedly people believe that outside the firmament is just water.
Right.
So as above, so is below.
Hmm.
So that's
Well, in Genesis 1:6 or in Genesis 1:7, it says that God made the firmament to separate the waters, and so
Right.
there's water kind of on both sides of it.
But it like I think a lot of people would probably agree that's just cloud, water, right? Whenever he says
In the first 2,000 years of the world, before the Great Flood, and this is factual, it didn't rain. The first rain was in
Right.
the flood, and so the firmament is in the Bible quite a few times. The firmament was real at one point. The firmament being like the dome, and so yeah, it's interesting. Flat Earth is interesting because a lot of the largest advocates for flat Earth are actually like Christians, because the Bible, if you read it, certain verses, if you read them literally, seem to suggest that flat Earth is like.
can you, Carter, look up what percentage of people believe in flat Earth?
Oh, I bet it's like 2%.
See, that seems high to me. 2%.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I bet it's probably.
I've never met someone that has that theory that you just laid out of like the
Also,
firmament and that.
flat Earthers. I got 3 to 10%.
Really?
10%?
That's crazy.
Oh, that's in the United States, so it's probably less than that worldwide.
Yeah, we're kind of.
Yeah.
we. No
Yeah.
further explanation needed.
I feel like there's kind of two different like groups of people that believe in flat Earth. You have the stupid people, and then you have the people who just read the Bible like extremely literally.
Yeah.
But the flat Earthers, they believe that all the solar system, the sun, and everything revolve around the Earth. So yeah, the Earth is stationary. It's a dome, and everything circles around that. So like to support that theory, also in Genesis, so like in at the very beginning of Genesis, God created the Earth, and then so like He created the Earth on day 1. On day 4 is whenever He created all of the other planets, like the sun, moon, and stars. And so if the Earth is created first, it would just kind of seem like that's the like it's unique and it's the center of the solar system, like everything else rotates it. I don't know. Also, that in Joshua, there's a story where I think the Israelites are fighting another nation, and God, the Bible says that like God stopped the sun from moving, like froze time in order for there to be daylight for the Israelites to thoroughly conquer this army. So if he stopped the sun, that means that the sun was moving and the earth was not, right?
And wait,
Or
hold on.
is it
He stopped the sun in the sky. That all he did was stop the earth from moving, right?
he stopped it from their perspective?
In their perspective, the sun's gonna stop. Like we say, the sun moves across the sky.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really move across the sky. We're spinning, right?
I mean,
So whenever it
science
says-
would say that the sun is stationary and the earth revolves around it.
Correct. So, and that's true. So,
But the Bible says that God stopped the sun from moving.
right, moving across the sky. It's still moving.
Because
they
from
didn't
our
understand
perspective.
It's
how it
all a
works.
game of perspective.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
No, I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's not a good point. Don't give him that.
Also,
that's a stupid
I-
point.
I have a question. How the heck would they convince everybody who originally believed in a flat Earth that it was actually round and we rotated around the sun? Like, what was?
You're saying like Galileo?
Because it,
Yeah, like
'cause it just
Galileo.
makes sense. Like, okay,
Well, like, but
like,
if everybody believed
1,000
flat
years
Earth, this
ago,
would
did
sound
everyone
crazy.
believe flat Earth? Like, for sure. Like,
I thought it was before
it
Galileo.
was
Everybody
before the
believed
globe
flat Earth.
was. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I guess what you're saying is like if everyone did believe in flat Earth, it's crazier to think that the Earth became round and it's a globe flying through space. That's
Spinning
harder-
around a sun.
Right, it's harder to believe that than that we're just a stationary object floating. In
Yeah.
the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere. Yeah.
It is kind of crazy though that like pretty much all of the information about space that we get has come from NASA.
hmm
And I don't know about you, but I don't really trust NASA.
Yeah, they've been known
No.
to not be the most reputable.
Right. And so
Oh, I heard we're gonna land on the moon for the first time. Coming up here shortly, I think.
Does that come up pretty soon? I
For
heard
the
about it
first
like
time?
a year ago, and I didn't know if it
Yeah,
was...
they're gonna try it. Like, obviously never been done before.
Mhm.
But I think there is like a thing where they're actually gonna try it, sending astronauts up there. I'm like, that's a crazy thing to try. But yeah,
yeah. So yeah, I mean that's basically what flat earthers believe. And so like after I learned all of that, like that's really what flat earthers believe. I don't know. It didn't sound quite as wild and just, or not quite as just like stupid as I originally thought.
Right, it's not just a flat plane just floating through space around a bunch of globes.
pretty much.
Yeah. So there's...
But also, yeah, I was talking about the ice wall, like Antarctica, bro. There are some weird things with Antarctica, bro.
Yeah.
Every single nation on Earth
Has
like,
a treaty.
has a treaty and has military people guarding it.
Mhm.
So like you're not allowed to go there. What are they protecting, bro?
Yeah.
Like are they
Weird.
protecting you from finding the ice wall? I don't know.
It's weird too how like Mr. Beast could only film certain things when he went and did his thing. down there.
yeah. They said they restricted him from.
There,
Yeah.
there are wars over resources all the time. Why, whenever it comes to an entire continent of resources, are we not even able to like explore, and all countries just sing
Okay,
kumbaya?
I'm gonna ask a series of probably pretty stupid questions. Stupid because I don't know jack about Antarctica. Okay, I know it's a continent.
Where's it at?
Okay, so we're good here. And this is why I'm prefacing this with I've had some dumb takes on this
He's
podcast.
gonna ask if it's in the north or south.
No. No, I know it's. I'm not even gonna say
it
where.
at?
Where's
it at?
No. Okay, here's the thing. Right? They're just the caps on the world. Okay, it all makes sense. Is there this is gonna sound stupid. Is there a president of Antarctica? It's a continent.
No.
No.
They all just have one treaty to not go there. And they don't...
No. It's not it is a country. Is it a country?
It's a continent.
continent.
It's a continent.
So there's no countries in Antarctica?
No,
Yeah.
there's no established
Every single country on Earth has a treaty signed that nobody is allowed to go there, and they sometimes send like scientists to do like researches, but it's all very regulated, all very under like military guard.
Who's military? Everyone's
Everybody.
military?
like they...
Every government on Earth is working together to keep the public from finding out what's going on there.
So
Why is not more people talking about that? Why is that not in public schools?
yeah, for real. Is it that you're not... They've all agreed not to go there, or that we're not allowed to go and do research there?
You're not allowed to go
You're
there.
not allowed to go there. Okay.
I think you can buy a boat ticket to go see, quote unquote, the South Pole,
Mhm.
but flat earthers would say that's not the real South Pole. That's just like made to like make you believe that's the South Pole
Mm.
because there are no poles in
Yeah.
flat Earth.
Man, that's actually so crazy. Yeah, I never really thought about that. I didn't know if there's like a some kind of prime minister, and but if there's no democracy, there's no country.
Yeah.
Like that's actually so crazy.
So, do you think that we could, if we really, really tried to put enough money towards it, could we live there if we like somehow melted the snow?
Carter or Bert,
Well,
can you look up the
some
population
people
of
believe-
Antarctica?
Some flat earthers believe that there's nobody like native to Antarctica.
Really?
The only people who live there are like scientists on like research bases.
And it's such a huge area, right? It's a big, vast.
Well,
Is it okay? Is it bigger than? Might be stupid. Is it bigger than the U.S.? Is it?
I don't know about that. So if you look at a Earth map, the very top and bottom of it are expanded by the way that they appear, even though they're smaller, because they had to stretch it out to make it look like a nice map.
Okay, so we don't know.
It's not.
Yeah,
as
that
big as
looked
it
like there's
looks.
only 1,000 to
Oh,
5,000 people.
also, nobody is allowed to fly over Antarctica,
Mhm. That's even weirder, I think.
It
and so that kind of flat earthers would use that in their argument for like, I mean,
It's a wall.
I mean it's a wall. They're protecting an ice
Okay,
wall.
so should we get a posse together and try to break in?
No, people who have
Be kinda
done,
fun.
people who have done that have gone missing and like have died.
Well,
I'm just,
you up for an adventure, boys? I got no plans tonight.
Admiral Byrd. Yeah. But some flat earthers believe that the wall, the ice wall, on the other side of it, is like other continents,
More
like,
land.
more land. Like could be fertile, could be like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Could be and everybody's just trying to keep us inside our little dome.
So, have you seen like that map that they created a while back of like supposedly what continents are outside of that ice
There's
wall?
no way to know. I have no.
There's no way to know, but they've created a map that they think is like not like as far as like what size the continents are, but more so like the names outside. Like,
Oh.
They got names for a lot of the supposed
Really? No, I've
countries
not
outside
seen
of.
that. Hey, Bert, could you pull that up?
Look up, just look up countries beyond the ice wall, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Flat Earth countries beyond ice
Yeah.
wall.
There's some.
So they think the ice wall goes around the entire Earth, like the whole
Yeah.
disc.
So like with the globe, the ice wall's like that, but if it's flat Earth, it's all the way around. So you just kind of.
That's
expand
why
it.
you don't. That's when you fly. They're explaining like when you fly on a curved flight path or
But,
whatever.
yeah, you never fly directly north or south.
Right.
It always has like curves, and you go like east to west.
But
Or
it also works with the globe. So
yeah,
Bro, we gotta get
there's some weird stuff.
we
So-
gotta get Jaden to take us to Alaska, and then we'll start to fly over.
That's
What are they
the
gonna do?
North
Shoot
Pole.
you down? Like what
that's
can?
the North Pole.
I don't know.
Hey,
we're
Bert,
talking
Bert,
about-
hit images. See if there's a map. or
Antarctica's on the South Pole. Alaska's by the North Pole.
Yeah, those are the maps I'm talking about. So
That's the United Nations logo. I'm pretty sure is a flat Earth map.
something. Yeah, it is.
Really?
it is. Yeah, I heard about that.
Huh.
Well, it's like disguised in that. But
Yeah.
so yeah, that is the flat Earth theory. So my own personal belief is that it's not true. I do not believe in flat Earth. However, like I don't automatically like I'll still hear people out if like they're wanting to talk about it or something, and like I don't automatically write it off the same way I once did. I would say that I'm like a 1.5 on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being flat Earth believer, 0 being there's absolutely no way. I'm like
So-
a 1.5.
What would these people, they think everything that is satellite imagery, everything taken from outside of the Earth, they think that's all fake? I
It's
assume?
all given to you by NASA.
So they think it's all modified.
So
Which is
the water on Google Maps is not real. It used to be, but it's not anymore. So if you went, I forget what year it is, you can fact check this, but there used to be a time where you could look on Google Maps at the water and it'd be the exact water they actually took from satellite.
Really?
Now it's CGI water because supposedly the real reason it would be because it took up too much too much change, too much
Yeah.
computing power. But then conspiracy theorists think that it's because they're finding things out in the ocean that they weren't supposed to find, and so they can
Maybe.
they can CGI their own map. And then I mean, how would you know really?
Yeah,
Technically,
there's no way to know.
you can't explore the whole ocean. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, interesting theory. I don't hate it.
Yeah. Now you know more stuff. So where are you guys on the believability scale of that? Like, do you want to hear more? Like, do you want to go home and research that, or are you just writing it off still?
So someone told me one time, because I was talking to them about this, and they said that what they believe is that during the Bible, during Noah's time, that whenever it rained, it broke the firmament, and after that, it was no more. Is that what you're talking about too, or is that something different?
Before the flood, the Earth was essentially like kind of like a greenhouse.
Yeah. And after the flood, when the waters came down, that broke the firmament, and now
Yeah.
it's not.
Right.
So whenever you're in an airplane, you can see curvature of the Earth. Like,
Yeah, that's one of the best.
literally
arguments
pictures
against
on
it.
my phone. I've
Or Mount
taken
Everest.
of-
you
Yeah.
can,
like you can like
Oh,
see the
Okay,
horizon.
that's
horizon.
another crazy thing. Mount Everest is not the highest point on Earth. It's actually in Antarctica.
Really? I've never heard that
Ooh.
before.
I haven't- is that
Well,
true?
Yeah.
What did
Fact.
anyone know?
Fact check this.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Wait, that's a proven fact.
I heard it somewhere. I think.
Like according
I
to
don't
sea
think
level
so.
or what?
No. Bert, look up what the highest point in Antarctica is or something.
Above sea level.
Above sea level.
Good.
Okay.
16,000 feet. I'm pretty sure Mount Everest is like 15 something. Isn't
Okay.
it?
16,050 feet. Now look up Mount Everest.
I thought.
Oh, okay,
I thought like
never mind.
29,000.
Oh, gee.
Wait, what
Gosh.
is it?
Okay. I must
That's
have
not
got
even
my.
close.
Yeah.
What's Mount Everest?
It doubles it.
Oh, I must have been
29,000.
thinking of highest point in North America, which is like some mountain that they changed the name of Denali or something in
In North America?
Alaska.
I was
yeah.
gonna say.
no
Mount
idea.
Denali in Alaska
have
is
no
like
idea.
15,000 feet.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask that question because it's gonna make me look very dumb.
Yeah.
See,
I should have
geography
fact checked
is
that.
not my strong suit.
No.
I could have sworn
you're
Mount Everest
terrible at
was-
geography.
Okay, I'm
You
not
thought
gonna.
you thought
I'm
Rome
not
was in
gonna
Greece,
say where I
man.
thought Mount
You
Everest was.
definitely thought that was in Hawaii.
Mount Everest?
No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't be
No.
It's
surprised.
a
though.
volcano.
I'm kind of curious where it's at now. Okay, don't scratch that. Move on. I don't.
Literally says it right there. It's
I
in the
can't-
Himalayas between Nepal and China.
Oh, okay, cool.
He doesn't know where Nepal's at.
Yeah, I do. It's over by Australia.
What?
Oh no.
It's
All right,
north
let's
of
move on.
Australia, left of China, right of Thailand, up from the Bahamas.
The Bahamas.
What?
Bro,
Okay,
what?
I'm done.
Yeah, you're done.
All right.
Time out.
I'm actually so bad with geography.
Yeah, that's really bad. You need to go home and just like study the globe.
That should be our next podcast.
Dude, I
Geography.
love geography, man.
I don't like it.
I
don't like
actually
geography.
do. Like,
Do you ever do map quizzes in high school of like a on?
No, I
We have to, like, guess?
I literally last year at the lakes, like I had a globe and I was bored, so like I would do like I would make challenges for like family members. I'd be like, all right, so this is level 1. I had like a 30-second timer. I'm like find China, and then they spin the globe, point to China. I'm like, all right, level 2, find Nepal or something, and then, like if they don't get it in the 30 seconds, they lose. So see if you go the farthest.
suck at that game.
Yeah, you would. You would be
Suck.
so bad. Okay, so yep, that is a flat Earth theory.
Cool.
Cool.
Oh yeah, we got to rate it on believability, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I put it at like a 2%.
2%.
2%.
So 0.2 out of 10.
Correct.
I can go with that.
I give it 5%. 0.5 out of 10.
0.5. I'll be original. I'll give it a 0.3. I'll be in between.
All right,
Nice. And you said 1.5, or you said
1.5 on a scale of 1 to 10, so that's like 15%.
wow, impressive.
This episode is sponsored by Blastrite. Farmers, know your equipment isn't just equipment, it's your livelihood. When rust, old paint, and wear starts taking over your tractors, trailers, grain trucks, or implements, Blastrite brings them back to life with professional sandblasting. We strip everything down to clean, bare metal so your new paint and coatings actually last. Proper surface prep means less rust, longer life, and more seasons out of the equipment you depend on. Don't replace it before you have to, restore it. Contact Blastrite today to keep your operation looking sharp and running strong. You can call them at 260-273-6851 or email them at blastriteinfo@gmail.com.
Slightly lower than that, but I mean,
Yeah, for the sake of the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, 1.5 now, but that's because I was literally just rabbit holing.
Yeah,
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
yeah.
Give it a week. and
Tomorrow
we're-
when I wake up, I'll be
Yeah.
like, yeah, no. All right. Yep. So, one of you want to go?
Let me think of what I was doing. No, I didn't do enough research.
Wait,
on
were you
mine.
doing the?
I
I was doing
Aren't
the
they all-
Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
I don't know very much about
Yeah,
the
but
Bermuda
okay.
I don't
Triangle.
either.
Really curious.
Well, I might need the help of Bert to kind of give some facts straight. Essentially, there is a area of water somewhere in the world, probably around Bermuda.
Oh no.
Dude, it's literally it's right off the coast of Florida.
Yeah, there's a triangle I'm not gonna. There's a
Look up a
triangle
map of the
below
Caribbean.
All
North
right, the corners are in Florida, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda.
That's what I was trying to say. Yep, right below America, right below North America. So yeah, there's a huge area of water where historically, I think around 70 aircraft or over 100 ships and planes have, without explanation, most of them without explanation, some of them with explanation, have disappeared. In that, there's a few crazy ones. Like there's one where like 5 separate planes. Oh, what was it called? Look up just look up Bermuda Triangle plane disappearing. I think it was flight 49 maybe.
Oh, that sounds right. That sounds right.
Or 47, 49.
I think it's 49.
But there was a group of I think 5 planes all
Oh, flight 19.
19, yeah, I'm sorry. I think there's a group of roughly 5 planes and
All
they with pretty experienced pilots in 1945 and they all just disappeared, never seen. No one ever found wreckage.
Five Navy bombers, Flight 19, absolutely vanished.
Which okay, so this story in of itself is a crazy. It's like okay, what could happen? But the fact that this happened in the same area that literally 90 other things have happened in that same area,
And it's right off the coast of America.
right? And there's like I don't know how you explain like things that like just literally disappeared. No one found wreckage. No one found anything. But it is a vast area of water, so there's a chance that they just crash somehow.
And it's not that big.
It kind of is though. Like Bermuda to Florida to.
Hey, can you look that up? What's like the, I don't know. What would you look up? Like square mileage or whatever.
Yeah.
But there was also the one of the crazier ones was the USS Convoy, I think is what it's called, or maybe not.
That sounds right.
I think it was USS Convoy. 500,000 square miles.
I want to put that into like perspective.
I mean that picture kind of showed.
Yeah.
I mean like. Yes, all these things probably are explainable, and if they happened anywhere on the Earth, no one would, say anything. It's just that they all coincidentally happened in the same triangle of area.
Boats, planes,
yeah.
like literally anything.
But my theory is, yeah, it's
Jaws.
there's some kind of giant monster that lives in there, and there are either a giant monster or I'm thinking like Fortnite storm cloud. But like the inverse. So if you fly into this area, it slowly starts taking health off of you. But to be fair, I've also taken several cruises that have gone right through this area, and I've been totally fine. But yeah, the one I was talking about, I think it was USS Convoy. There was a ton of people on it. It's a pretty big, like I think battleship. Carter, can you look up U.S. Convoy Bermuda Triangle? Keeping Bert busy today. It starts with a C. I think it's Convoy.
Cyclops.
Cyclops. Maybe I think it was
the
Cyclops.
USS Cyclops.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I was thinking.
Vanished without a trace in 1918.
Okay, the crazy thing is 309 crew members and passengers. Like, the fact that there's no trace is insane to me. Like, I from the research I was doing, they couldn't find wreckage, like, unless it just sank and it was long enough ago that they had no way of. But, like, that's a lot of people that, like affected their families, and, like, no one could find an explanation on that.
No wreckage found is kind of crazy.
That is kind
you
of
would think
insane.
that, like,
It's a big ship, 309 people. Like, that's a solid-sized ship.
Yeah.
It's also a big ocean.
Yeah,
So-
it is.
Yeah. So around that area, 'cause I did research on this a while back. It's a lot deeper there than it is in other places.
it's the deepest point of the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's
really?
that's why.
There
So
are. I saw a TikTok today. There are. Have you ever seen like the fake AI pictures, like the triangle that's like the water falling down? There are similar things to that, where it's kind of like a tornado, but in the water, like a whirlpool.
oh
But
yeah.
it's actually like it legit causes like a sinkhole kind of in the ocean, and it can literally suck things down. So I guess my overall theory would be there's like a bunch of those in that triangle, but it's like it's such a big area, it's kind of hard to know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, somehow or another, there's been a bunch of but the whole plane thing too. Like, I guess
Yeah,
that
what
would
about-
make sense for watercraft, but
Yeah. Unless there's a lot of storms in that area, then maybe like the planes
Yeah.
are affected by that too. I don't know.
deep ocean sinkholes.
Very powerful underwater currents or whirlpools in the Bahamas.
But But like nowadays, you never hear anything like this. It was always like in
Yes.
that like 1900s range, like early 1900s. Like
Yeah.
So maybe there was a monster that lived for like 80 years or something that just ate a bunch of stuff and is dead now.
Maybe it
It
lived
could
for
be.
thousands of years and it just died.
That
yeah,
could be.
it could have been
Yeah.
controlled by like the Chinese government or something.
NASA.
NASA.
They used to be a underwater exploration
Wait,
company.
that was okay.
They were not space.
That
when it
was
first started.
1918. That
Yeah.
that big ship, a USS battleship. It had to have been a what? Who would it have been in the?
Well, look up when
it
NASA
World
was
War I,
founded.
right?
Look
World War One would have been right around that time.
Yeah. Look up when NASA was founded and when it went from water exploration to space.
Oh, it was way later than that.
Okay. Yeah. So that's
Maybe
Okay,
when-
so it was a different country. It was probably like China or something.
yeah.
I
They're
don't know.
controlling the monster.
I've always thought that it was. I've never really done a lot of research into it, but I've always thought it would be something with like gravity or with like sinkholes
Mm.
or like.
But
I
yeah,
don't
the plain one is what's crazy. I don't know.
If
Right, so that,
something
that makes me
colla-
think of something like magnetic or something.
It could be, but I was thinking more just like if you have a big sinkhole suddenly open up, the air pressure is going to suck water down. Then you're going to have
Right.
air pressure sucking down on a plane,
It would
which if
pull
you're
air
flying
down, too.
somewhat close to the ocean could maybe drop you.
And I guess
Mm.
those planes that disappeared were Navy planes, and so maybe they were trying to fly low and under the radar.
Or
Yeah,
another thing
I don't
people
know.
can speculate is it just jams up their technology in the plane. You know, shuts
Yeah.
off the engines and they
Screw
crash
something
and-
up, and well. it's
But yeah,
just
the
long
air
enough-
pressure thing could be a thing. Like if it's really pulling down that much water.
I also wonder how much more traffic happens in that one area compared to everywhere else. So it's just
maybe
statistics rather than
that could
conspiracy
be.
theory.
It could also be we traveled a lot more then, and we don't now.
Yeah. Right.
Because planes have came a long way since. I
A
don't
lot
know.
more safe and less likely to.
Yeah.
So like believability. I mean, I believe that. I think it's just coincidence. So I'd say
yeah.
it's like that there was either a monster or some sort of not.
So what even is the conspiracy?
I don't even know.
Do you think the Bermuda Triangle is still like alive?
That it's more dangerous around that area? Probably.
I
think-
think,
I think it could be.
I think it has
do
to
you
do with
chalk the
traffic.
entire thing up to coincidence, or is this like beyond coincidence? Was there some
I think it's just
cause?
coincidence. Yeah, I think it's just coincidence. It wouldn't make sense for something to be in just that one area. Over
Well,
all these
I think
years.
there's some sort of cause or something.
There's a cause, but
yeah.
I think there could be a cause, but I think it's also just the fact that we've been over that area more often than a lot of other areas that we've traveled.
Isn't there a lot of storms in that area though?
And then
Like,
that's
other-
that as well. There's also a lot of storms compared to, and then there was something. Here, I can actually tell it to you. Let me see. Methane hydrate gases from the seafloor could potentially affect buoyancy, while rogue waves could overwhelm vessels. So if that affects the way they travel the water, I don't know.
Yeah.
Almost everything that disappeared was between 1918 and like the 70s. It's like a 50, 60 year stretch there. Like that's weird to me.
So here's another thing. It says the concept was popularized in the 1960s, but data shows that disasters in that area are not disproportionate to traffic volume. So that's kind of what I was saying. It's like a lot more traffic has been over that area,
Right.
so that's why there's more accidents.
And maybe just the fact that it is the deepest part in the Atlantic Ocean, maybe that's why we don't see any wreckage.
Is the ocean scarier to you guys in space?
Yes.
Like if you like had like a nightmare, like or if you instantly had to either go to the bottom of the like the deepest part of the ocean, like obviously you're in some kind of a pressure system, or space, like what one would be scarier?
Well,
To me, it's the ocean for sure.
space would be scarier because there's no way to get back. If we're talking realistically, space doesn't scare me as much because nothing can happen from space. But the ocean, I actually live on the same land that the ocean is around, so it can affect me.
That-
Because if I'm in the ocean, a shark or whatever,
Ah, yeah.
But, like,
just
the
like
space-
the ocean frustrates me so much because it drives me insane that we're exploring
I know.
space whenever we don't know what is going on
Isn't it
on
like-
our own planet.
Isn't it like conceptualized that like 2/3 of the species we have never even
probably.
met, like never even
On-
came into in the ocean?
Not even 10% of the ocean floor has been discovered.
Okay, so
I thought it was less than that. I thought it was like 3%.
Yeah, I said less than 10.
I thought it was like, yeah.
But that fact alone drives me insane.
Right, because why are we trying to explore other planets whenever...
But you know, there's like underground pyramids off the coast of South America, or like underwater pyramids.
There's
That's
underground
factual?
pyramids
Yes.
everywhere.
Yeah, there's some in Antarctica too, supposedly. That's not factual, but there was
I saw that.
some sightings of pyramids, and pyramids are weird.
Pyramids are weird.
They're so weird. I don't get them.
All right,
There's a
speaking
point.
of pyramids,
Speaking of pyramids, we're not going into that theory yet, though.
Or not.
Oh, you're right. My bad. My bad.
But anyway, related to the pyramids. So pyramids are like, it's kind of accepted that they're all over, but it's kind of like not well known. Like when you say pyramids, everybody pictures Egypt.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, there's also like the Sphinx in Egypt, and people don't know exactly what it was, but it's assumed that it's always been a pharaoh, like because it has a pharaoh's face.
Right.
But if you look at it, the markings on the face do not match the rest of the body, meaning that at one point it was something else. And there are other sphinx-like structures all over the earth
I like
that
this theory.
they kind of, it's not like they held up as good. Something about the Egypt, probably the weather, they held up a little better, but it's the rough shape of other sphinxes near pyramids all over the world. And so
Do you know any like specific examples of like a different sphinx? Like, can Bert look something up?
I don't remember what they're called. They're weird place names. I don't.
And they're not near as big, right? Like,
They're
that's
not
the
near
main-
as big. They're
yeah.
way smaller. Like they're not exactly noticeable. What?
I have heard this theory, so I do know that this exists.
Yeah. Bert, look up Sphinx near pyramids in South America. It's down there somewhere.
So you're saying that this was once like a different kind of statue, and then the Egyptians maybe like changed it,
Yeah, the Egyptians modified it later to
like maybe added like a lion body or whatever.
No, the lion body was original, and then they just like added the face onto it and
Oh, they
cut.
added the pharaoh part.
They added the pharaoh part.
So
to
what,
match
the
their-
conspiracy is like, what was it before?
What was it before?
Huh.
Most people
And who
think
built it?
exactly, because the engineering and design part of it to actually put something like that together is crazy.
Do we know if the Sphinx is older than the Great Pyramid?
I don't remember how old the pyramids are.
So I was gonna say this might be a stupid question. I'm assuming these
There's
are
no
after,
way. There's
these
no
are
way you
after
can
the
look
flood,
that up.
right?
Bert.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Are these after the flood? I assume, because they would have got destroyed or not.
I have heard.
There's theories that it's not.
I've heard some theories that the Great Pyramid is a pre-flood.
Yeah. Based off the way. Because
I would say it's probably pre-flood.
Really?
Same with the Sphinx.
you think so?
I feel like that would have eroded it so fast.
I think that
destroyed
there's a
it.
decent
Maybe not.
chance that the Great Pyramid was pre-flood.
Because
Okay.
like, okay, anyway, talk about later.
Yeah.
From the theory I'm going to say later about the pyramids, it would be pre-flood. And I would say the same for the Sphinx, for the technology they had to use to make it. It's just not the same that the Egyptians used to edit. Like, the marks of the tools are different.
So do you have any theory of like what the statue was before?
I don't remember that. I had a theory, but
That's fine.
it left me.
Wait, Sphinx near pyramids in South America. There are no authentic Egyptian-style sphinxes located. I feel like it shouldn't
Yeah,
be
this
sphinxes.
is it, right?
It
Hey.
shouldn't be plural. It should be just like sphinx. It refers to many.
Yeah, that sounds right. Hey,
Wait,
Bert.
yeah, click on images.
Click on this right. What's this? Whatever it is. Yeah, that.
Ooh.
In South America, the
Oh yeah, that looks like a lion, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, that no, the forested
the other
one.
one.
The forested one. Yeah.
It's just weird how they're both all over the place. I didn't have an exact
So okay.
some sort of
So why would
god thing, like where they're trying to worship an idol or something, made
Gotcha.
something for their god, some sort of temples.
So
my
the
guess.
base of the Sphinx you're saying is the remains of a older statue or older
Statues, what I would think. It's just some sort of idol. I don't.
okay.
all I
But
can
then the
think of right now.
Egyptians later put on their own head.
Yeah, because the pharaohs thought they were gods, so they.
So it
made
could have
them.
been a previous civilization that created the statue,
Yes.
and then
That's what I think it is.
Is statue even like the right word? Like it's so much larger.
But
than a
I'm
statue.
assuming it was just purely an idol, right, or not, or is it?
I could have been a temple.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they
is,
have
is there
weird
any
things
is
in
there
it.
any like rooms inside of them?
There's a main. I thought there was a main channel or something.
Hey Bert, can you look that up?
Yeah.
Is there like anything inside of the Sphinx?
I should have looked that up earlier.
I'm assuming it's similar to pyramids, right? As far as tunnels.
Maybe go to all so we can see like the.
Oh yeah, it was a temple. Or they think it was.
Yeah, several shafts, but I didn't realize there was a. Is there?
Oh
a
yeah,
room?
small cavities, small tunnels.
So it's
Mark?
more than just a statue.
I just
Oh,
find it interesting
okay.
that they're all over.
Yeah, that is weird. So how would that work? So I thought pre-flood everything would have been like completely wiped away. Like I thought there'd be no like you wouldn't be able to tell there was previous civilizations and stuff.
Well, if it's
Yeah, see, because that's the
designed
whole
and
theory of
built
like,
by greater beings than just
Yeah.
humans.
if in the 2,000 or so years before the flood, or however long it was, 4,000,
2000.
2,000.
2000.
If there really was, some sort of technology that we don't have a clue about,
Mhm.
it might not be electricity. It could be some sort of electricity. Like, that's all obviously been, the flood would have destroyed that. So why would it not destroy the pyramids,
Right.
So that's the argument for why these would be after. Or that there was nothing before the flood.
But if you've seen the pictures of the pyramids before they were destroyed, supposedly how smooth they were and how perfect they looked.
They had an outer coating.
I think
Was
I
it
think
brimstone? Or
That's
what was
that's
it?
gonna be touched on later. I
yeah.
believe.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just stop talking there.
Yeah. I think Brett's gonna talk about that a little later.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I bet.
I should get to James then.
Or where are you on the believability with the Sphinx?
I mean, I would say I'm probably, I don't know, I believe probably that it was something else before it was reconstructed. But
Like, would you believe that like like all the things that are kind of like the Sphinx over Earth, like were all created by the same people?
I'm probably 3 out of 10 on that. 3 to
Okay.
4 out of 10 on they were all by the same people. Like I could see how they get connected, but I don't think it was all the same people.
Sure.
In my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't research that as much as I should have. But
That's fair. Yeah.
Still a good theory. Yeah, I think I'd give it 2 out of 10 on believability.
I
0. No chance. These African people weren't, or Egyptian people. Not
Whoa.
African. Wow, sorry. Wow.
Yo.
Not trying to bring in
Whoa.
other. Wow. Egyptian people.
Just get Isaac going.
Wait,
on
okay,
Africans.
which to be fair, Egypt is same area.
Is it in Africa, Isaac?
Is it?
Well, okay, there's no way that these Egyptian people were swimming across the ocean to South America and putting up these sphinxes. Okay, that's essentially what
No,
you're saying.
because they get
3 out
lost
of
in the
10.
Bermuda Triangle.
0 exactly. That's what I'm getting at. The Loch Ness monster is gonna eat them all up. So 0 chance.
The Loch Ness monster is now in the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay, all right. I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. Egypt is the northern region of south of the continent of to the left of it. Yep.
All right, Jamin, your turn.
All right, so mine is the 7 bloodlines, which technically there's 13, but there's 7 prominent ones.
Do you have another one? Or are you getting to that one later?
Oh, yeah, you're right. One that I'll do. I'll do the Kenneth Copeland one. I'll just talk about that. I think that could be a good one. So basically, I was doing some research on this guy, and so he all of his private jets and all of his like mansions. He's got a $7 million mansion. All of this is covered by the church, so he pays no taxes on it. And who was it that was telling me that someone like walked up to his house and like they were like, "Hey, we paid for this. This is our house because we put our money into it." And he was like, and the security guard told him like, "No, you have to go away." But technically, they did pay for it, right? Like, what do you guys think? Like, if a church pays for your house,
Well, yeah, all the tax stuff is crazy with that. Like,
so did they pay for his house or did
Wait,
they?
I've never heard of this guy. Hey, Bert, look him up.
he's
yeah,
a
you've seen his
mega
face.
church.
You know who he is.
pastor.
Yeah, he's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the $7 million mansion, if that $7 million was paid for by the church or he's just tax exempt because it's under the church. That I don't know. Actually,
I
probably.
want
should-
to know this guy's salary.
It was probably paid by the church. I would.
That's what I would
guess.
think
Probably-
too. His
yeah.
net worth is like somewhere between $300 and $700 million. It's crazy.
And he's a pastor of like where's he from?
So let's see if I still had it pulled up. I might not. You can look up at the church that he has.
Kenneth Copeland, if you're listening to this episode, we'd love to have you on the podcast to see your views on the Christian faith. We would love to. And
Okay.
to know if you're
Eagle Mountain International Church.
So there was this one episode that he did, and he was with this other guy, and they were doing like some symbolism. He took this stick to like cut his hand, and he took like grape juice to pour it into a cup, and then this other guy did the same thing, and they poured it together, but they were symbolizing like cutting their hands open
Yeah.
as Jesus's blood. But I don't feel like there's anything biblical about cutting your hand open, combining two different people's blood together, and then that didn't make sense to me.
Seemed a little too like ritual.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like that's something a pastor should do. I don't know. It seemed a little weird.
I need to do more research on
I
this guy
could-
before I make any conclusions.
People who are that popular tend to get money
By doing crazier stuff.
they get money so that somebody at some point can discredit them by them doing something that they probably didn't want to do. And have you seen the video of where Kevin Hart is talking to a lady getting interviewed, and he's like, I've had millions thrown in my face to do stuff I don't want to do, and Kevin Hart just goes like this, and then they like completely change conversation.
Really?
And like,
Epstein.
and so like I
Dating
think
parties?
that's more common than not.
Yeah.
Just to have people getting controlled by that, and that could be, and so like that's why there's these conspiracies about, well, is this his? Is this the church's?
And that's probably the same with like that Jim Carrey episode where he was like doing that thing.
Yeah.
It could be yeah, I
They
can see
just
that.
same with the politicians.
So what's
Makes sense.
what's your theory?
My theory is that he's not. See, it's a hard theory because like you can't just say someone's not a man of like God, I guess, or not a correct preacher.
Without actually getting to know him, like
Right, and I can't be the judge of that. That's God's place to judge. But I think based off all his actions, and like you guys have probably seen the videos of him like telling people like he acts very weird in front of people.
Dude,
and
that
he, like,
picture is.
I know very little about this guy. Yeah, that is a terrifying.
I wish I could
picture.
show clips on this TV, but I can't. There was like a clip where he was talking to this lady, and she was like accusing him of like how much he's worth and like what he uses his money for, and he like yelled at her kind of, and he was like, "Don't you ever accuse me of that?" And he was like getting all defensive, and that's not something a pastor should do. Like you should be like understanding and like.
So is there any kind of like theory on like conspiracy on this guy, or is it just
I
that
guess-
he's?
Yeah,
is
the
it
theory
just
is that he's not a good. He's not really. He's in it for the money. He's not actually
Okay.
He's maybe like
trying
a
to
false
bring people.
prophet.
Yeah,
or
he's not trying
something.
to bring people to Jesus.
I can see how that's believable, but I wish I knew more about.
Yeah.
I want to listen to a few of his sermons and see.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just I didn't. I thought that was gonna be for the one, so I just.
Whoa, he actually
Yeah.
looks really young for an 89-year-old.
I was confused
He's
about
90?
that too. He's 90?
There's
He's
no way.
older than Joe Biden. He
That
looks
he
like
can't be
he's-
90 in that picture.
No,
looks
that's
like
from
Joe
a while
Biden.
ago. I'm sure. He's been around for a while.
That's a celebrity clone right there. Then, if that's the case, and that money is going elsewhere.
So you basically think that he's in the church for the tax breaks or something along
Well,
those
not
lines?
just the tax breaks.
for-
He's
for
worth
the money.
$700 million supposedly.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money that he got from that's from the church. That's not from. That's
Holy
That's a
cow!
lot of
look
taxes
at his
avoided.
mansion, bro.
Yeah. Like this
Yeah,
guy is
it's
just
ridiculous.
Oh my word.
And
That is one large house.
he claims to use the private jets for his ministry, but I feel like you don't need a private jet to. I
I've
don't
heard
know.
I've heard some weird things about his jets and his stuff
Yeah,
that goes
there's
on in his mansion too.
A lot of weird stuff that just revolve around him. I didn't do a whole lot of research. I'd want to do more, but
It's easy
Yeah.
for a camel to pass through an eye of a needle,
yeah.
and for that dude to go to heaven.
That's a
Wait,
metaphor.
what? That's
That's a metaphor.
not in the right context at all.
No.
I'm just but like you said earlier, people would look at the Bible and just pull stuff out. It's pretty. I think it's pretty
I
fair.
think that's what you just did.
Yeah.
I know. I did.
Well, you know that
I think it's fair.
it says in the Bible that God is not real. It says that in Psalms 14.
Really.
Yes. But it also says right before that in Psalm 14, only fools believe that God is not real.
Yeah. Right, but the fact that Jesus himself talked about like it's easier for a rich man or a camel to go through eye of a needle than
You're
a rich
pulling
man.
it out of context.
Yeah.
Jesus himself did say that though.
Not just context, but so like eye of a needle.
Oh boy, I'm getting
Anytime you
fact-checked.
entered a city, cities used to be surrounded by walls. There was a very small like passageway to enter a city, and that was called like the eye of the needle. And so basically you would have to take off all the bags on your camel in order to like fit through this opening. The reason like they had these was so that like armies couldn't get through more than like one camel at a time. And
Right.
so
Yeah.
a camel through the eye of the needle is basically like remove all your luggage. You can just get in by yourself. You don't bring all your material stuff
Yeah.
to heaven.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
But it's not an actual needle.
Okay.
no, yeah. It's not. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I knew it's not an actual needle. That's not physically possible. I'm not saying it's impossible for him to get. That's not what I'm just quoting exactly what the Bible said, which is
Okay.
what you were explaining.
Okay. Now you want to tell Ike? You want to tell us a little bit about celebrities.
Yeah. Speaking of that picture of the guy. Okay. Is Epstein still alive right now?
Possibly.
That's a big change.
Wait, that's a good question.
No. Is he still alive?
I think there's a chance.
Scale of 1 to 10 believability. I'm like a 4. Yes, he is.
Is Palm Beach Peach?
What?
No
Palm
way you're bringing
Peach-
this guy into this.
Is
Oh my
Palm
word.
Peach V not a clone of Jeffrey Epstein that they did not do a great job of?
Yeah.
Look up
Oh, no.
Palm Beach.
He looks
Peach
identical, but
and tell me
it doesn't make
that
sense.
that
bro.
is not a clone of Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein, yes.
So would it be a failed clone because it didn't work out? So then this guy's just he has to live with being like looking like
Palm
Jeffrey.
Beach Pete, not Pete Beach Pete. Sorry, I probably said it wrong. It's a tongue twister. Just go to images, maybe.
Yeah.
That
guy-
does look like
This guy is all over the internet right now.
Oh
no. He has made several videos clarifying that he is not Jeffrey Epstein,
Too many though.
but it's too many. It's so many
Hey,
that it's
Bert, go to
suspicious
images.
to me.
So you're saying they just screwed up plastic surgery?
Especially
and-
the guy in the car. Okay, right there. That
Oh,
see that
man.
side by side? That is a screwed up plastic surgery where they're trying to make.
Okay, he's trying to look like Jeffrey Epstein.
No, he's
Yeah.
trying not to. He's trying not to. I think he is Epstein. They're trying to make him not look like him.
Why would you not just put on a wig, sunglasses, and some other stuff to not?
Because he
There-
still has to live his life.
There are so many easier ways to
Yeah.
disappear.
I think you underestimate how well like plastic surgeons, like what type of job
Right.
they can do.
They could.
They can change
This is
a
what I'm
person's
getting at, though.
face.
This is what I'm getting at. Same with him. Same with Jim Carrey. There's a lot of things where I think, like, okay, so in this example, my opinion of if this theory is true, celebrity cloning, is that yes, he did die, but okay, so I guess this would be a little bit different. They essentially take his, not his soul, but his brain and all his thoughts, everything, and put it into
A clone.
essentially a clone, but they try to make that clone look as similar as possible. So this is not the right example because in the Jim Carrey instance, that body is not Jim Carrey's original body, but it is his original thoughts they put into
Soul, basically.
his soul. It's Jim Carrey they put into it who died. Jim
Mhm.
Carrey died. They put his body and his soul and his likeness into a artificial body that's supposed to just people are supposed to just assume it's still him. You know?
I would argue not the soul, but yeah.
No, yeah,
So-
you know what I'm saying. His life, his liveliness,
Sure,
his thoughts,
sure.
his actions.
They made a clone with Jim Carrey's like
Right, right. It's a new
life
body,
experience.
new
Personality
body,
and-
same person, new body. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
His old body died, and then
So
they
he was cloned as a Jeffrey Epstein.
Exactly.
I mean, it's
So
a Jim Carrey.
does
clone.
that require a person to die for him to take that other person's body, or is that just the clone is like
the
artificially?
clone is artificial.
Okay.
Like you
So-
cannot tell me looking at his face that is not a
He did-
fake.
So
He did look pretty weird.
would Jim Carrey have to be dead in order for that to be a clone, or could Jim Carrey just be like, I'm done being in the public
Mhm.
No,
spotlight?
that's true. That
and then
could be
go-
That's more believable.
Okay, so in that scenario,
So
it
maybe
wouldn't be
maybe
his.
Jim Carrey paid in order to have this clone made so that he can just like he paid like $100 million to have his name live on, and he's just
So then there would
living
be
his own
two
life.
Jim Carreys of Jim Carrey's brain essentially.
No. We're talking like just facial and like
Yeah,
they,
so-
they can hire someone who acts like Jim Carrey
Oh,
to play
okay,
Jim Carrey.
Okay.
So
that,
it's just
that would be different.
Different
A double.
person. Yeah, a double. A
I
body double.
don't disagree with that theory fully either. I don't disagree with any of these theories, honestly.
Yeah, the one I do kind of believe is Kanye. That one.
Kanye was replaced.
So he did say in an interview that he was very against Balenciaga, right? And he said, if I ever, promote Balenciaga or go shopping there, it's
You'll know
not
they
me.
got me. Yeah.
And he went into hiding. He went missing for like 3-something months or whatever it was. Came back, had this new girlfriend after the whole Kim thing happened, and they both went to Balenciaga and bought clothing
Huh.
and stuff. So that's a little weird.
Yeah.
I'd say that Kanye is just a weird person.
But he's yeah.
An example of this would be look up tall Joe Biden,
I've heard about these.
bro.
And you can't tell me we don't have the technology to do this. They can make AI robots that are really realistic. They can take human skin, slap it on a robot so easily.
Well, it's that theory that like whatever technology we have, the government's had for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, recently Tom Brady cloned his dog.
Mm-hmm.
We
did
know
hear about
that
that.
there is technology to clone animals, and so if they
Mhm.
can clone animals, why can't they clone?
The difference with that is it's coming from a seed. It's coming from like a baby. It's starting new. This kind of theory would be like obviously this Jim Carrey body didn't grow up and live an entire life.
Mm-hmm.
It could have, unless they
Maybe it
fix
did.
his face. I don't know. Yeah.
Because they have like is it IBF? Is that what it's called? IBF babies, where they're not genetically made, but they're like the doctor's
yeah.
like
Yeah. So
so it's possible like they have a lot of technology to do this kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
as far as to what extent they go,
I
who
low-key
knows?
think human cloning's real.
So what was the Joe Biden one?
Oh yeah, okay. Go back to the Joe Biden one. For a brief amount of time, maybe like a couple months, whenever he was in office, he like Joe Biden would like show up somewhere, but like it was, in my opinion, a different person. He was taller. He was like literally like 4 inches taller than
Was he?
Joe Biden.
Did he do any speaking in this span? Did he talk?
I don't remember.
His speaking was so off.
Because
So-
yeah, I mean,
Hey, click on some of these images.
how tall should he be?
I kind of forget.
I don't know.
Click on the top left. I don't know.
shorter than Trump.
5'11".
All right, so Biden is. Wait, I'm confused.
They say
Maybe
Biden's
go back to
5'11".
the AI overview.
There is no way. Is Trump really 6'3"? I didn't know he's that tall.
Yeah, Trump's tall guy.
tall.
So is his son, Barron.
Barron's really tall.
Yeah, that guy's.
All right, the widely discussed photo showing Joe Biden appearing unusually tall or giant size is from his May 2021 visit to President Jimmy Carter. So the photo was taken, released by Carter. But like, yeah, I mean, just in the photo, he was clearly taller than like
So
he had been all throughout the course of his
this
life.
could be the same thing where like in his closet he has himself as a clone. If there's a day he just doesn't want to wake up, doesn't want to go do his stuff because he's getting so old and senile. No offense. Then he can just push a button. He'll go back to sleep. His clone will walk out, live the whole day for him, come back.
Or maybe
I
they
mean-
just hired somebody who looks a lot like him, and he's just like his double. And so every time he doesn't want to go out, his
Or
double
Joe
just goes.
Biden died and then
Or Joe Biden's dead right now, and it's just his double is just living.
They had to replace his double quickly, and
Could
so
be.
they couldn't adjust his height.
yeah, they didn't get the programming dialed in, but
Well, that in that instance, it would be a double, not a clone.
Yeah.
yeah.
So the only reason I don't believe that is because if Joe Biden was really dead and then towards the latter years of his presidency it was a clone or a body double or whatever, they would have something would have happened to Joe Biden after his presidency because they're not going to keep hiring someone to play Joe Biden when there's no point in him. Like he doesn't serve a role as being the president anymore. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So you wouldn't still be alive as a clone because why would you?
No, I do
pay someone
think
to do that.
Biden's still alive, but I do think that during his presidency he had a double and he could use it as he wanted to.
Maybe because he was too what was it called when you
wait,
can't talk
said
very
you
well?
believe? You genuinely do believe that?
I do believe that.
You don't believe that?
Yes,
Deep
I
down,
do.
you do not believe that.
Yes, I do.
1 to 10 scale.
Like literally 9.
No,
What? It's the tinfoil hat, bro. It's the
Oh,
dude, they're getting to us.
No,
CIA.
I mean,
like,
it could make sense.
It's
I mean,
the same thing as a stunt double in a movie. Like if
Yeah.
Biden is
well,
like
but they
not,
have CGI for that though. They
if
use someone
Biden's
who
not
looks
all
similar.
there today, but he has to go to this event to shake hands with these people, he'll send his double.
Mm.
It's just a guy hired who entire job is to
So
look
then
like
they
Joe
just put
Biden.
like this mask over their face. Because I have seen videos of like certain, like it was like I think it was
The Jim
Hillary or someone like their skin right here was like lifted up, so it looked like there was like a mask. Same for Joe Biden. There was like one like around here.
Oh.
I've never heard that. That's
Yeah, I saw a video about it. I don't know again how. Yeah, but who
So we're an
knows?
hour in. Should we start to get to the pyramid stuff? Because I feel like that might take a little bit. Or not?
yeah, sure,
Or-
Brett, go for it.
sure. All right. So the theory is that the pyramids are power plants, and now this.
The Great Pyramid.
The
or
Great
all
Pyramid.
pyramids.
I would say mainly just the Great Pyramid.
Okay.
The Great Pyramid is a power plant. And now this might sound crazy at first, but it's not really all that far-fetched in my opinion. So originally the pyramids were had a gold cap, and then they had, I think it was a quartz coating, or no, not quartz.
Is it
Hey,
limestone?
Bert, I think it's limestone. Yeah, some sort of limestone, special limestone that was hauled in from like hundreds of miles away to cover it, because that's a good insulator. Look up a pyramid or a picture of the Great Pyramid when it was built.
Yeah, look up Great Pyramid original photo or
Yeah.
something.
Well, I mean, it'll be a CGI
mean, yeah,
photo,
it won't
but
be
you
real.
know. So they had a
No,
cap.
they had cameras back then.
Anyway, it'll be a. Anyway, There'll be a gold cap, and then it'll be insulated on the sides. And so the theory is,
Yeah, row 2 all the way to the left.
yeah. So it's covered in like a white stone. I don't.
It's
I think
smooth,
it's is it brimstone? Is that what, I
It
think
might be
I
brimstone.
thought it was brimstone. Yeah,
anyway,
maybe not.
but it's smooth.
Yes.
Yeah.
The exterior is smooth.
These pyramids are built out of several materials. There's a quartz that is in there that is trekked from like hundreds of miles away. There's also another stone that is like quarries that are not necessarily close, especially for how big these things are
Sure.
and how long ago they were built. And they are incredibly precise, so precise so that the certain frequencies will resound throughout the chambers. Like I think it's 512 hertz, I believe. It'll
right,
go
like,
through
like different sounds like cause. Yeah.
Yeah, what it does is frequencies naturally travel through different materials well. So like a certain wire of, I don't know, say 1 foot in length, certain frequencies will travel through it really well, and certain frequencies will die out because of how the wire would naturally bounce. And so everything has a natural frequency. So like when you hit something and it dings, the primary thing you hear, that loud tinging, is a certain frequency, and that'll last longer than every other sound that happened when you'd hit it.
Okay.
So how's that?
Anyway,
that
so what happens is they would fill some of these chambers up with water, and this water would create pressure on the air that would also, well, let me think how this works. So it would create pressure on the air, and then there would also be, like, there's this window, and like if you make a sound in there, that it would filter out the frequency to just this 500 hertz something. And so then that combined with the quartz, which is I think it's capacitive. Basically, it's kind of like a battery inducing.
It's like a
rock.
conductor.
Yeah.
But right
when you-
now we're just dealing with air frequency.
We're just
right?
it's
Like
just going through the
waves.
air right
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But it's the sound that creates it, because this sound wave on this special rock they put in there, it creates a little bit of electric charge. And then they also have these copper rods and columns going down deep into the earth.
Right, because there are like
And that's proven,
Yes,
right?
there,
That's-
there are
yes.
air shafts in the pyramid.
Yes, there's a lot of air shafts.
and
And
it's proven that those rods are going deep into the earth, right?
yes.
Okay.
There's also, it's something to do with the king's chamber in the window that does the frequency thing. But anyway, the gold is highly conductive. So the theory is that Tesla had, that you could, between the ground and the firmament or the sky, there is a capacitive difference.
And that's Nikola Tesla.
That's
not,
Nikola
not
Tesla.
the company Tesla.
No, that's not Elon Musk. This
No.
is Nikola Tesla. And he replicated it and then lost funding suspiciously. Suspiciously.
I have a feeling we'll get into that next episode.
Yeah. So anyway, what happens is basically there's a difference of electrical charge in between the sky and the earth. And so this would have the capacity to, with sound, it would harness some of it, and then it would also, I think, create some of its own charge to like induce more, pulling more electricity from the sky, and also maybe be a wireless transportation of power.
So it was an ongoing, like the frequency would like charge it.
Yeah, you
And
charge
then-
it up with
Yeah,
sound.
it's an ongoing power plant.
That's the theory, yes.
So you think they
Using the sun.
It uses the natural,
Or is it the
Charges
ground
it.
vibration?
so you know how lightning comes down?
Yeah.
So like I think it would use the natural charge of that's in the sky that just kind of collects somehow. I don't really understand how that
Is
part
that
works.
maybe what the gold cap does?
Yeah, that's what the gold
Okay.
cap is. It's conductive to connect the ground to the sky, and it pulls that down. So then they could somehow pull power out of it. I don't understand how they pull power out of it.
I know there were some tests done for this theory, and like it was proven that like if utilized correctly, like it could conduct.
Yes, that's
So-
also the point of the white outer layer that they had on it, was because that was insulation, so it wouldn't all over the pyramid have.
Right.
So what happened to that
connection.
outer layer?
Hmm.
Why doesn't it exist?
I think
Why
that got
isn't it-
stripped off in the flood, because the technology that was used to build this was so ancient that like we don't even know how they did it. Like we couldn't even do
Right.
that.
It was We are very confident. I'm very confident that the Egyptians did not build the pyramid,
I am too. It was definitely some other beings.
or just some other beings, or some like
You don't think they
Uh,
could use pulleys
or
and systems?
or
and
some
all
there's
those?
more
no way.
ancient civilization.
No way.
Not.
There was
the
no
modern
proof
day.
that they did have this system. That's the
It's
thing.
it's so
Yeah.
precise. It's on, I think, average elevation of the Earth to the dot.
It's like
Well,
lined up
and
with the stars.
it's
Oh,
also lined up
yeah,
with the
that's
stars.
crazy.
Stars.
It's
yeah.
like perfectly
Like-
geographical center and like height center wise for elevation wise, and
How
like
on
it's so
earth
weird.
could they know that unless like God literally told?
Exactly.
someone
That's why I think it was made by
Yeah.
other beings.
There was another thing. Don't quote me on this. Like the coordinates of the pyramid, like the very point matches with the speed of light or something like that. You can
I've
fact check that.
never heard that.
I've heard that
but
the coordinates of something on the pyramid match up with some
that?
other.
I feel like Neil deGrasse Tyson said something like that one time.
I don't know if it's true.
I think
heard
it's.
it somewhere.
I think what you're thinking of is the geographic center. Like if you
Yeah, it's
average
the
where
center
all
of
the
the Earth,
land
right?
is,
Yeah.
like where all the land mass is, if you
Mhm.
take the average of that, it would be in the very center. Meaning, if you wanted to power everybody wirelessly,
Mhm.
that'd be where you'd put it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
That's
looked that much
what I
into it,
heard
but
of.
Geographical center.
Yeah. Oh, that's in Africa. That's not right. Or that's not.
Yeah, because Egypt's in the U.S., so we don't need a.
But that's the modern geographical center. If like land masses shifted, like it could have changed.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, so they don't really know that's in the center. It's just
No, it
location.
matches a lot of weird numbers,
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, it does.
it's
With
there's so many things around it. It's just-
math.
and the amount of precision it's built is just crazy too.
yeah, have you seen
They
the
all
close-up
fit.
pictures of the two stones going together? How
Oh, it's like
smoothly
the,
cut
the
they are.
rocks are like
They had to have lasers or
fit in
something. Like,
perfectly.
So
No, it's
all.
perfect.
So you think their electricity was used for? Like what could it have been used for? Like it would have been if what you said is true and that it's actually producing electricity. That's the same type of electricity we have today, right?
Yes.
Where it's
The
you know,
latitude,
positive
the
neutrals,
latitude.
grounds. You know.
There's kind of differences and kind of the same at the same time. They could have used it for other things. Like they might not have had the same type of. I think it might have been direct current.
The
Well-
latitude of the Great Pyramid is the speed of light.
That's insane.
That is weird.
Like to what decimal point? Like
it's not exact, but it's very dang
nine,
close.
nine
Well,
digits.
I mean, it's 9 digits, but that's all like positive. That's nothing in the decimals or not positive.
It's still crazy though.
Yeah, that's
and,
weird.
and no one can explain that. Like
I don't.
I'd never heard that before.
that's insane.
So, do all three pyramids line up with the stars, or just the center one?
That is
I-
another weird thing.
I think all three.
I
do.
think
I
they
think
all
all three.
three-
I'm pretty sure all
yeah.
three do. It's even weirder. Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, how would you know that?
And there's replicas built of like or some similar pyramids in South America and America and
So, I wonder if that burning of that library, Alexandria's library, if that had a lot to
Bro.
do with
yeah. Well,
so much that we've lost. Like,
Oh, I know, bro.
we could have been more advanced back then than what we are now. I don't believe that, but we could have. I mean,
the burning of that library ushered in the Dark Ages. Yeah.
yeah.
But like, what
crazy.
would have been in that library that wouldn't have got destroyed in the flood? Oh, it was written after. Wait.
No,
Like-
the library of Alexandria was burnt in what, like 90 AD or something.
I thought it was earlier than that. Wasn't it like? Was that?
Hey,
Hey,
Bert,
Bert,
look it up.
that up.
I thought it was like 1960s, but maybe I'm wrong.
when
Wait,
did
what?
it-
No,
What?
no,
No.
No, sorry, 1860s. That's what I meant to say.
no. It's
Either
around
way.
the time of Jesus.
48 BC.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking something. Okay, yeah.
But
So
that,
this is just scrolls.
no,
a bunch of
that,
scrolls
yeah,
about.
that had like everything. That was the center point of like the accumulation of all knowledge on planet Earth.
Basically,
So like
us losing
after
the
that
internet.
place was burnt, basically, yeah, it's like us losing the internet. Like everything just like
Yeah.
hit reset.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a interesting theory.
I would believe that one a lot more than some
With
of the other ones.
with believability on that one, I'm like a 5 or a 6, I would say.
Yeah, okay. The two things are, first of all, the big rods that are into the ground.
into the water. It's some.
What could
water
that possibly be for? That helps me believe it a little bit, and the fact that they're so precisely, like obviously there's some kind of technology that
Well,
we don't.
it
know
was
about.
only like 2 years ago or something where we got like that but then we found out like that there was this giant structures
There's
underneath.
chambers
Yeah.
underneath.
Yeah.
We just thought it was originally just like those few chambers that were all labeled like the king's chamber. And
Well,
whatnot
they're
for
labeled
burial.
all that. They're labeled all that stuff because they wanted us to think that it was a tomb.
Yeah, which I did for.
Well,
the
I
longest time.
always thought it was like a tomb that preserves the body. But
That's
There's
still
no
what-
bodies
not.
been
That's
found.
still what
Yeah.
we're taught in the schools.
Right. It's kind of crazy. How did they find the rods in the ground? Like, didn't they use like some frequency or something?
It's a new sonar lidar
Yeah,
technology.
Something it's crazy.
Yeah, but they're like huge. Like they're drilled into the bedrock of like the into the ground. Like they're way into.
Like
the
how
ground.
deep are we talking that they
Hey, Bert, can you look up that?
factually checked?
It's
picture?
it's over the size of the pyramid, right?
I remember
Like,
seeing.
yeah.
I
Is it
remember
really?
seeing that thing on X.
hundreds.
If
of
that's
when it
true,
first
I
came
fully
out.
believe you're.
They go down to the bedrock. They are connected to basically the core of the
like
earth.
we could barely do that nowadays. Like let alone.
Bert, look up structures underneath the Great Pyramid.
Like we could do it today, probably. It wouldn't make sense to do it. We could do it, but it'd take a very long time. It'd be very difficult.
No, we could not do it today.
You don't think?
No,
Like
And
what
then-
what couldn't we do? Put the structures or
I don't think we could move stones that large into that precise of locations.
I'm saying drilling
them that
those.
close
oh, I totally think
big
we could. You think we
things.
could?
No, we could.
We,
I
yeah,
do
we
not
could.
think we
We
could.
We could.
No, there's no way.
hit
You guys,
images.
you guys underestimate.
We have lasers and massive machines that. I mean, there's machines that are. Have you seen those big trucks? They're huge.
Look up like
Yes.
some of the buildings that we make nowadays.
Yeah, but what are those built out of? Steel,
Steel.
I-beams.
No,
Why
like even
welded
like
together?
okay,
Hey, Bert, can you hit images?
there's some new
Yeah,
newer
yeah, okay,
buildings.
that one.
the coils, the inductance.
Yeah,
The-
But is that
the-
factual?
I don't know if that's factual, but
I've
that
seen
would
those
be,
pictures, but I don't.
Left one. No, right.
Because I was thinking
Yeah,
like
that.
these rods that go in the ground would have just been for support in the very beginning stages of the building of the pyramid. That's what I was thinking. But if those pictures right there, if that's what they actually
Yeah,
saw
those,
using that
those
lidar,
columns. Like
Look,
there's.
if you look at it, there's something on that like heat map thing that looks like it spirals down.
but do they know how far deep, like how deep down it went? Like if it's like 30 feet, then that's like okay, because it's been for structural.
Okay, hit all again. Go back to the AI overview. See how deep they went.
If you scroll down, you can click see more or look dive deeper, and then you can ask it how deep the rods were.
Oh, 90 feet below.
Oh, that's not as much as I thought.
90 feet. That's still deep, but that's not like to the center of the earth.
Yeah.
Deep.
Oh, it's yeah.
Directly into the limestone bedrock.
Still 90 feet into a limestone.
Why would you need to go lower the bedrock though?
Yeah, that's true. That's crazy. That's really deep.
But
That's weird.
I mean, in my opinion, that explains why they lasted the flood.
There's a very cool YouTube video that explains it really well. I forget what channel, but yeah, I've watched it before and I was like, okay, that's a solid theory.
Yeah, it's. I mean, say I believe that they were some sort of power plant. 8-ish out of 10.
Yeah, I'd be around 8 too.
8
or
to 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Cool.
They
Alright.
definitely didn't just sit there and
The more you know.
Jamin, you want to talk to us about the 7 bloodlines?
Sure. I wrote some stuff down because I'm not gonna remember all that.
Yeah.
But hold up. Okay. So, there's supposedly 13 actual bloodlines that have had a lot of power in the past. The 13 families would be the Rothschild, Rockefellers, like J.P. Morgan, DuPont, Astor, Bundy, Collins, Freeman, Kennedy, Lee, which would that be like
That like the
like
China?
Lee is China,
Is that China?
it has to
or is
be.
it? I mean,
L-I.
oh L-I. Oh,
What would that be?
that sounds Chinese.
I don't
Jeff-
Sounds Chinese, but I don't know if
Korean.
that's
I don't know who that would be.
race. Okay. Onassis, Reynolds, and Russell. I only know Rothschild, Rockefeller, Morgan, DuPont, and Kennedy's and Freeman's. I don't know any
Ryan
other
Reynolds.
ones.
Rockefeller, bro.
Rockefeller, that's a big name.
Destroyed.
So what's the theory with this? They're all
The theory is that they run everything. They run the banking, they run our internet, they run the newspaper. back in the
They
day.
are some of the most powerful families
Yeah.
in the last 200 years.
Basically, they control the propaganda. Like they control the narrative of what happened in the past. They control the history books.
Yeah.
Who was it that owns all the history books?
Yeah, I think it's BlackRock. Look up look up McGraw Hill. Like
Yeah.
who owns that?
They've written all of our history books.
Or like Vanguard.
Well, if you look at
Or look up who owns it.
If you look up what is all owned by BlackRock, Vanguard, and all of that,
It's crazy.
it covers like all of our food, all of our.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Like whatever they
Okay.
want us to feel or act, they can do that. 'cause they
Platinum
have-
Equity and
Okay,
Pre-Nap
look up
Holding.
who owns Platinum Equity.
It's gonna be a long rabbit trail.
Just look up. Like, can you look up like what's the
Poor Bert is
the parent company
sweating
of
back there.
Tom Gores.
Here, go back. Or, whenever you were doing the search, just look up McGraw-Hill BlackRock. I don't know.
None of this makes any sense to me so far.
Basically, every single, or like pretty much every single, like, almost everything is tied into one of
Institutional
these
ownership.
families.
They were merged.
So BlackRock owns McGraw-Hill, but not directly. BlackRock owns a corporation that owns a corporation that owns a corporation that owns McGraw-Hill, and McGraw-Hill is like the biggest like textbook company like in America.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's like all these mother organizations, but it like all funnels back down to like these few
the
names.
13 families. Yeah. So, real quick though, before I go on, talking about like history and schools and stuff. Did you guys know that the company that takes pictures of kids at schools were found in the Epstein files? Did I tell you guys about that?
What?
I've heard
That's
that.
crazy.
I've heard
That's
that.
insane. I don't
Wait,
like
so
that.
that's where they do like their scouting? Wait, that's
That's-
insane.
Why else
Well-
would they be in the files? I didn't look into why they were in there, but if they
Yeah,
take
I've
pictures
seen
of
rumors
every
on
single
that,
kid
too.
that is in the public school,
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure some AI company also got access to a lot of the school pictures.
oh really? I didn't hear about
it was
that.
a weird.
No.
Yeah, that's not good.
Bro, if I'm walking through the grocery store and I see another Hudson Gerber walking around,
You've been cloned.
I don't know what
I
I'm
would.
doing.
My instant reaction, if I saw myself, I would probably think it's time travel. Like, that'd be-
Oh, I would think clone.
I would think this is me from the future.
Time travel isn't real.
No, it's not. But
Yeah.
if I saw that, I would think that.
But the reason I was asking earlier about whether or not I should talk about the Titanic, because that plays into a big part on how these families would have came into power, and that would have been with the Federal Reserve. The weirdest part about all of this, so in 1912, that was when the Titanic happened. The Federal Reserve was created in 1913. So let me see here. Hang on. So J.P. Morgan, he didn't own the Titanic, but he owned the company. Is that right?
He
How did
again,
that
it
work?
was one of those things where he owned a company that owned a company.
Yeah.
that
So he didn't
built-
directly own the Titanic, but he funded it.
He basically did.
Right. And the three biggest people that were against JP in creating the Federal Reserve.
Because J.P. Morgan didn't. He was a very strong advocate of creating the Federal Reserve, right?
Yes, he was one of the people that supposedly helped. Yeah. And he was supposed to be on the Titanic with these other men. There's a lot of powerful men on that boat, and there's three main names. I might actually have them written down here. Yeah, John, Jacob. Wait a minute.
Jingleheimer Smith. Fa la 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 la. John.
No, anyways, yeah. Okay, so yeah, anyways, there's three big names on the ship that they all died. JP Morgan was supposed to be on the ship before it set off, and last minute he said he couldn't go due to health issues, which is really weird.
I actually didn't know that. He was supposed to be on the ship.
He's supposed to be
He
on
was
there with
supposed
all
to
of them. It's supposed
Well,
to be a
because
big
it would make sense if the owner of the ship is on the
right,
ship.
because it wasn't
paid
the whole
for
point of this trip to kind of like celebrate the funding of the Titanic, or was it just like
It was more to celebrate like the achievement of man.
Is that what it was? Because I knew it was achievement of something. So basically, all the rich were getting together, doing their thing. JP backed off last minute, and they all died. And then
Right, and the guys who died were the people who were against the
the Federal Reserve
And the next year, what do you know? The Federal Reserve.
the next year. Yep.
They have 5 people in America missing the 3 they disappeared.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And a lot of these names that were of that 7 that I listed, or 13, would be a lot of the last names would be the people that helped fund the Federal Reserve. So, what do you guys think? You guys think that it was created by a bunch of wealthy men and families, or?
I mean, all of those families, they rule, or they have control through like the financial system. Or
Yeah,
like,
they have a lot of
banking.
power.
But like it's typically like through banking and like
Yeah.
control the money, you control the world
Right.
essentially. And so like that's kind of their theology. When did the one trim piece fall down?
Oh, wait. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right
It's
behind
on the
you.
ground.
I never noticed that.
Oh.
Well, we got command strips. We can put it up at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. And there's two companies that combined. Was it? I think the Rockefellers heavily invested with J.P. Morgan's banking system, right? Is that what it was? I think I might have it here.
I don't really remember.
There's so much that I had written down here that. Yeah, so the act created the centralized banking system with 12 regional reserve banks, and you guys all know that the Federal Reserve is not government owned, right?
Right. It's
Yeah.
privately
Um,
by these families.
what do you guys think about that? You guys think that's
No, the Federal Reserve is not cool.
I mean,
I agree.
neither is the government. But
Neither is the government.
Right.
No. But I miss the days when our currency was backed by gold.
backed by something physical that actually?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I have much more than that, but I have more, but there's just a lot here.
So, do you have any like names from history or current names that like are from these families?
So there are still some Rockefellers left. Or wait, ask your question again. What were you asking?
Are there any current people or people throughout history that like who are some examples of people from these families?
Oh, like name wise?
Yeah, names.
Oh, let me see if I have any. I didn't do names as much. I just did kind of the families.
Yeah.
But
Because that's another thing with these people. Like they're always in the background. Like we've all heard of McGraw-Hill, but like you might not have heard of like BlackRock or something because it's in the background. And so like they may have a lot of power, but you don't know who they are.
right, exactly. You don't know a lot of the names. Like you hear all these celebrities,
Exactly.
all these.
They rule from the shadows.
Right. Yeah.
they're
So
just
they-
quietly invested in everything.
Yeah, pretty much. But like again, if you just looked up who owns McGraw-Hill, it's like, oh, this this
Platinum
company,
Holding.
yeah, Platinum Holding owns them. Oh, okay. But if you chase it back down enough, you're like, oh, it's actually owned by BlackRock. And same with like a lot of things. I think like Pepsi's owned by.
Yeah, Pepsi owns a lot, but then Pepsi's owned by.
Yeah, like I saw a thing. You know Ian Carroll.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. The name. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you went to like the grocery store and like an entire like aisle of like cereal. He like did all like the different brands and then like checked like what companies made those different brands of cereals and then like what companies owned those companies, and it all boiled down to it was like 3 different companies owned everything on that entire
Yeah.
aisle.
But it's not a monopoly.
Except for just like there was a couple like things, and he was like the couple of things that are not owned by these 3 companies, those are what you should be buying. Support those small family-owned businesses.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's wild. Yeah. I wish I would have looked more into that theory, but
No,
Yeah,
yeah, that's very interesting.
yeah.
I didn't know all that.
How are we doing on time here?
We should really close up.
We were
here.
at
Do
like
you have one more
110
thing
maybe
there?
10 minutes ago.
110.
No, we're at 125 according to my phone.
we're at 125. Oh, geez.
Hey Bert, can you click on Audible?
122.
Okay.
Let's keep it like 5 to 8 minutes.
Should we finish with the Illuminati or the moon landing? Let's choose one or the other.
I'd say moon landing.
Okay.
Moon
We've
landing.
referenced
let's
the
talk
moon
about the-
landing in this podcast already, but
Oh, that's too long.
no,
That's
I'm
fine.
saying we should do a moon landing because
Yeah.
we have
Let's-
referenced
let's
it.
go.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, I guess to start it out, let's just go around the circle. Like, where are you guys with the moon landing? I know for myself personally, I believe that the moon landing did happen. I think we did land on the moon. I'm probably like 65% we did, 35 we did not.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm probably closer to 50-50. I don't know. I'd say I slightly lean towards we did, but it's still like it's just really impressive. Like I don't want to take anything away from the people that actually like sacrificed if it did happen,
Mm-hmm.
because you know that. But there's so many reasons to believe it didn't happen.
There's a lot of
It's
stuff,
hard
yeah.
to ignore. But I don't know how much we want to get into all that
Oh,
stuff.
was it you two?
I'm probably 80-20 that we did land on the moon.
You think we did land on
Yeah.
the moon?
I think we did.
Jamin?
70-30 probably that we did.
Okay, so we're all in
Oh,
agreement
we
that
all
we
think
probably,
that we probably did
Yeah,
land on the moon.
I used to be borderline. I believed we didn't just because I kept seeing all these videos, but I just can't, I don't think you can fool that many people.
Yeah, that's what all.
Everyone involved into NASA and everything. Like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, the main thing that I have with like that, the main reason I have for believing that maybe we did not land on the moon is just NASA. Like I have
Right.
zero trust in NASA. NASA I think is a
Mhm.
horrible organization. But yeah, I think it would be easier to actually land on the moon. Like it would be easier to do that than to pull off a cover up of that scale.
If there wasn't a firmament.
Yeah, right.
No. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
Either way, it's impressive. If it's impressive if they pulled it off, and it's impressive if they pulled off everyone.
I will say though, my theory is that when did they say we landed on the moon? Was it 1969 or something?
I think so. Close to that.
The
Yeah,
the
it was
first
'cause it was by the turn of the century.
Yeah.
Is what JFK
Yeah.
was saying.
the first okay in 1969. I do not think we landed on the moon. The Apollo 11
Really?
did not land on the moon.
Really?
That's what I was gonna say. Is I think some of our trips we did land. I think some of them were CGI.
I think that I think we staged landing on the moon in order to win the race. But then like we went back to the moon a couple of times. Supposedly we went back to the moon a couple of times. I think in that time we were actually like trying to like finish it to like actually get there, and eventually we did. I'm not sure exactly which one was the one to land it, but I think we have been to the moon. But I do not think that
You don't think Neil Armstrong was the first person? on the
No,
moon?
I do not. I think it was probably somebody after him.
Was it Neil Armstrong or who was it that wouldn't like swear that they went to the moon?
Buzz Aldrin. He
Yeah.
full out
He
punched.
slapped the guy. Or
he
punched
punched
Yeah.
him.
Well,
that
but
was
if you think
crazy.
about it, if somebody asks you about your life's work, like your most significant achievement, and people are always
tell 'em
questioning
the
it and
truth.
ask you,
Just tell him that he never
Wouldn't-
admitted.
Yeah.
He wouldn't swear on the Bible.
but wouldn't
Just
you get
do it.
annoyed at people asking you
they
constantly?
They have
Would.
a right to
Would.
get annoyed at him because he just can't promise. He can't.
But that's the
swear.
thing. If he had said he had many times and then finally said he didn't, or wait, sorry.
If he said he had so
Yeah,
many
but
times,
he's never said he did land on the moon in the past
You
that we
sure?
know of, or have we? Has he?
pretty
I-
sure.
I've never seen any videos.
He just
of-
wouldn't swear on the Bible. I think is what.
Yeah.
Is that all it was?
A lady went up to him, or a guy came up to him with a Bible and was like, "Swear on the Bible that you landed on the moon." And Buzz Aldrin punched him.
So I guess that could be offensive too because some people don't believe in like swearing on the Bible. Like that's offensive to them in any situation. So that could be, it could have
I
been more.
doubt it was that. I think it's more like what Brett was saying. Like it was just disrespectful.
Yeah,
Just like
that
He
makes
got
sense.
tired of being questioned.
Yeah.
snapped.
Mhm.
But there are some really weird things. Like there are some videos out there of like have you seen the video of, I think it's on the way to the moon, them seeing the Earth out of like the window.
Mm.
Do you see the
of
reflection?
Neil Armstrong and Buzz. That is clearly a fake video.
Yeah.
Like it's been deep. Yeah, that's clearly a fake video.
But that isn't to say that they couldn't have just showed that while that was going on. Like they could have still landed on the moon at the exact same time.
right. So yeah, they could have, but I don't know. It kind of makes sense if what they were showing on live TV was staged and not the real thing.
Yeah.
Just in case a disaster happened, then it wouldn't be a public humiliation.
I still don't get how they live streamed everything and how he talked to them on the phone.
Right.
from
So
Earth.
that's
It doesn't-
the,
it doesn't
the whole
make
clicking
sense.
That's
thing
the
where you
stuff
can see
I
him
don't
timing
think
out
is-
like a delay.
Right. It doesn't
crazy.
add up.
so that's the stuff I don't think is real.
Yeah.
Like I think that was staged.
Okay. So you think we've been there, but not during the time that they filmed it.
I would probably lean more towards that. As well.
I think we have been there, but there has been things staged, and there has been a lot of lies around it, and we didn't get there whenever we said we did.
Mm. Yeah, I could see that.
The disaster makes sense to me. Like they didn't want to have that on national television.
I wonder what happens though if I take off my hat.
Everybody watched the moon landing.
Duh.
We landed on the moon in 1969.
Are you
It
enlightened?
Did happen.
Are you enlightened?
Bro,
We just all get blank.
everything we're taught in public schools is just BS, man.
History's written by victors, right?
It is.
It is.
Sure. Just like America, the victors.
What do you guys think about the theory? Real quick, what do you think about the theory that Egypt is in America, though? You mentioned that.
Oh, I didn't mean that as a
Oh,
theory.
no.
I was just kidding.
There's
with my
theories that the Grand
geographical
Canyon would have
skills.
been ancient Egypt because there's a lot of structures that
I've
resemble
seen
a
some
pyramid.
weird things in the Grand Canyon. Egypt is not in America.
There might
Well,
be.
they also protect the Grand Canyon as well.
No,
They
no,
don't-
there's a section of the Grand Canyon where it's rumored to like, I think there was a guy who went there before it was restricted, and he discovered like caves that had like some Egyptian things in them, or some like Eastern, like I think there was like a Buddha statue in it or something. But then after he started telling people, that area became restricted, and nobody's been there since.
No.
So I mean, there are some weird things with the Grand Canyon, but Egypt is not in America. That's stupid.
I don't believe it. I just didn't know what you guys thought.
Pretty sure there's a lot of the Grand Canyon that's really restricted. And
Yeah,
like,
a lot of
you will
it.
get like tracked down by a helicopter if
Yeah.
you get anywhere close to it.
Is there only one sliver of like only one straight path you can go through, like one designated area you can go to?
I've hiked the Grand
No,
Canyon and
there's
there's
multiple.
like 3 at least.
3. Okay,
There's a couple of main ones.
gotcha.
Like you can go rim to rim, or I think is
There-
there a
There's what you can go rim to rim. You can also go down one rim. You go down 4,000 feet and back up a different trail.
that's,
It's
that's
about
the one
5,000
that's
feet.
the one I did.
It's Bright Angel to something or
Yeah.
something along those
Yeah.
lines.
And I mean, there's a lot of areas where you can like walk out and like observatories, like look around.
Gotcha.
I think there might even be some buildings at the base by the
There's
river.
buildings at the base, yeah, where you can get water and stuff.
All right. Well, hopefully this episode was very more educational than non-educational. Hopefully it made you smarter and not stupider.
What we really want is we want to challenge the way you think. Keep an open mind, folks,
Yep.
and stay
And
tuned.
I think we did.
Stay
I learned
tuned
a lot
for
too.
part 2.
I learned a lot too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure to follow and subscribe.
Feel free to fact check.
Yes.
We're gonna need a lot of that.
Comment any of your favorite conspiracy theories below.
Bye.
See you next
Bye.
time.